Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we're going to explain encryption with Microsoft Exchange Online. And there's a lot of confusion over what needs to be encrypted and what doesn't. We're going to clarify that right now. So here's the basic problem that if you are familiar with Exchange, but you're not an Exchange admin, you probably get confused with. What happens when you use a Microsoft Outlook client to contact a Microsoft Exchange Online server? Well, all of that is encrypted. The communication from your Outlook to the Microsoft server in the cloud is encrypted. When the email is moved from one mail server to another inside the Microsoft cloud, that data is encrypted. And when the data is moved from, at the other end, from the Microsoft cloud out to the recipient, if they are a Microsoft 365 client as well, and they're using Microsoft Outlook, that will be encrypted. And so you might think, well, that's kind of end-to-end encryption. You know, me to the cloud within the cloud, and then the cloud out to the other guy. That sounds an awful lot like end-to-end encryption to me. Sort of. There are three scenarios in which sending email through a Microsoft server will have the data decrypted. The first is if you're sending to a non-Microsoft client. So let's say I send a message to you and your email address is on Gmail. That's not going to be encrypted. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two, on-premise servers. So if you send an email to somebody and it goes from your Outlook client into the Microsoft cloud and then out to their mail servers because they happen to run some on-site, that will result in it being decrypted. That's not good. And the third scenario is when the data is at rest in the Microsoft cloud. So if you send an email from Outlook to your back-end Microsoft 365 cloud, it's going to sit there after it is transmitted and delivered, right? Both of you will need a copy of it in the future for whatever reason. And that data gets stored on the Microsoft server, and that is not encrypted in the traditional sense. Now, they do have lots of protection on it, so you don't really have to worry about it. But it's not officially encrypted in Microsoft speak. So the scenario here is where you're trying to set up end-to-end encryption and you don't know who the other guy is. So maybe he's receiving his mail on Yahoo or Gmail. Well, there's a consortium of companies that have agreed that their email encryption will be compatible, that they can work with each other. Yahoo's one of them, Gmail's one of them. That's probably the two you mostly care about. Microsoft, of course. So if you set up this end-to-end encryption that we are about to show you, that will take care of all three scenarios. People that are not using Outlook, people that are not on Microsoft 365 Online as their back end, and companies that have Exchange servers on-prem. Okay, now there are two ways. You can use Microsoft Purview, but I still like to use the standard way, and Microsoft says it's perfectly fine to continue to do this, to use the Microsoft Exchange mail flow rules. Super simple. Let's show you how to do it. Go to portal.office.com, and yes, by the way, there's shortcuts. You can go right to the Exchange server. I always go through Portal.Office. Then let's go to Admin, and then Show All, and then down to Exchange. You could have just gone to admin.cloud.microsoft.com/exchange, but I like going the longer way. Then click on Mail Flow and click on Rules. Now, I already have some rules for this down here, encrypt on recipients, but we're going to assume that I don't, and I'll create a brand new one because you probably don't. So let's create a rule, add rule, and this is really easy. You could either select create a new rule or apply Microsoft 365 encryption rights, blah, blah, blah. Let's create a new rule just to show you what it is from scratch. But these two are really the same thing. So let's go here, call this encrypt recipients 2025. Apply this rule if what? If the recipient is this person. So let's put somebody in here. Do one of the following. What should I do? Modify the message security. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to require TLS? That's transport layer security. So that would work, but that's for transport, not storage. You want it end to end. So that is this one. Apply Office 365 Message Encryption Rights Protection. RMS for short. I'm just going to select encrypt. Except if, never. I want everything to this guy to be encrypted. Let's click next. I want this enforced. I don't want this just to be tested. I don't want it on specific days and times. I want it on all the time. And I want to process all of the other rules as it goes. Comments, I don't need any. Next. And there's the rule. Finish. Transport rule. Created successfully. There we go. Now you'll notice that there's a priority column here, and that this is priority 9, and it starts at 0, so there's 10. I have 10 rules. And what priority is this? Well, I could move this up, and just for the sake of argument, I will, in case I have something that's, a blacklisted attachment. I still want my blacklisted attachments to go to him, although that would actually be kind of silly, because if it's blacklisted, I don't want it at all. But we'll say you did. So I click on here, and I select move up. And you'll see now it's here. I can move this up. And there it is. Now you'll notice it says disabled. So you'll notice it says disabled, and I don't want that. I want it to be enabled. So I'll just click on the word disabled and fix it. There we go. Updating rules. Please wait. And bingo, there it is. And that's that. So now when I send a message to this person, they'll have a little lock on their email. And if they click on the message, it won't come up. They'll have to double click on it in Outlook to get it to launch rights management, but it's all automatic. You don't have to worry about it. Just I'll double click, configures rights management, all automatic, super simple. Hey, if you found this video useful, please give us the big thumbs up. We'd super appreciate it. Subscribe's also appreciated. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach us directly at www.urtech, that's www.urtech.ca. Or you can leave a question or comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody's got an opinion. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.